Okay. One more question you have to practice for ICS examination is this type of question. So whatever the questions I am doing here, practice such type of question to get full marks. So the question is, a manufacturer company in Haryana marks a machine at rupees 2,40,000. That means this is the marked price, he has done it. It sells the machine to a dealer in Delhi. So the manufacturer company from Haryana is selling the machine to a dealer who lives in Delhi. That means the transaction was out of state. It is interstate transaction. And he sells the machine by giving 25% discount to the dealer of Delhi. Then on marked price, and the dealer sells it to a consumer in Kerala. So dealer is residing in Delhi. He sells the machine in Kerala. That means again he does the transaction, that is interstate transaction. And he sells the machine at 10% discount on the marked price. The rate of GST is being 12%. So you have to calculate net IGST, CGST, SGST payable by dealer. So before solving the problem, we have to understand it clearly that the manufacturer, first we have to calculate the output of the manufacturer company in Haryana. Let us calculate that one first. Now solution. For manufacturer company Haryana, he does interstate transaction to a dealer who resides in Delhi. So his marked price is equal to 2,40,000. He gives rate of discount is equal to 25%. So we calculate discount in rupees. Discount in rupees is equal to 25% of 2,40,000. So on simplification, we get 25 fours are 100, 0, carry 10, 25 fours are 50 plus 10, 60. That means we are getting 60,000 discount. So he is giving 60,000 discount. So finally we get the selling price of the manufacturer. The selling price of the manufacturer will be 2,40,000 minus 60,000. Selling price is equal to 2,40,000 minus 60,000. That is 1,80,000. So his selling price was 1,80,000. He will charge GST. That means output GST, which is at the rate of 12% will be on this. So let us write output GST of 12% at rupees 1,80,000. Output GST, the GST rate was 12%. So output GST for manufacturer is 12% of 1,80,000. Now if we calculate this, we get 12 into 18 is 216, remaining 2 zeros. That is what we are getting? We are getting 21,600 rupees. Now we go with calculation for dealer who resides in Delhi. So we will write here for dealer in Delhi. Okay. Even he does interstate transaction. Interstate transaction. He sells goods in Kerala. He sells goods in Kerala. Now let us see over here. So this was the output GST of manufacturer. That means this GST has been paid by the dealer. So this becomes the input GST of dealer. So we can write here input GST of dealer is equal to rupees 21,600. Now the dealer sells the good at a discount of 10% on marked price. Let us first calculate the discount given by the dealer to a consumer. Now the dealer gives discount to a consumer who resides in Kerala. So the discount rate was 10% on marked price. In the given question it was there. So we will find it out. Discount in rupees. Discount in rupees is equal to 10% of 2,40,000, which is equal to 2 rupees 2,4,000. That means 1 times 100,000. That means he is giving discount of rupees 24,000 to a consumer. So what will be his selling price then? His selling price of dealer. Selling price will be equals to SP means selling price. Selling price of the dealer will be from 2,40,000. 2,40,000 will deduct 24,000. On simple calculation, we get it 2,16,000 is equal to 2,16,000. So this is the selling price of the dealer. That means the dealer sells this to a consumer. So consumer is purchasing at the rate of 2,16,000. But now the GST paid by the consumer will be of the rate of GST was 12%, isn't it? So the output GST of dealer, output GST of dealer will be equals to 12% on rupees 2,16,000. So which is equals to, now if we multiply 12 into 216, we get 259. So now we'll prepare a chart as usual. So we had the output GST at rupees 2,16,000 was 25,900. Since the output transaction was interstate transaction, so we have to, the rate of GST was 12%, so the output GST will be under IGST, that is 25,920. There is no CGST over here and SGST. Again, when the dealer purchases the good, his input GST on rupees 1,80,000. Already we have done that part, is rupees 21,600. The dealer, the transaction there was also interstate transaction. So we write that GST under IGST. So there is no CGST or SGST for the dealer. Now he'll use this money, utilization of the money he'll be using in under IGST. So that is 2 lakh, that is 21,000. So when he is utilizing this money for 21,000, if we subtract, we get rupees 4,000 4,320. So net tax payable for the dealer will be 4,320 under IGST. He has to pay nothing for CGST and SGST. I hope you all have understood. Let me repeat one more thing. That is, the output GST was 25,920. He has already given 21,600. Now, if this money he will utilize under IGST, so the remaining money, that is 25,920 minus this, is this extra money he has to pay as a tax under IGST. Thank you. Further, if you have any query, just WhatsApp me or put a question in my YouTube chat. Okay. One more question from GST. We have this type of question. Well, this type of question has been not appeared in ICSE, but try to do this type of question also. The question is, a dealer supplied automobile spare parts worth rupees 7 lakh interstate transaction. You know what is the meaning of interstate transaction? That means they are selling the goods in the out of state, and worth another rupees 5 lakh in transaction within the state, and he has also did transaction of 5 lakhs within the state. The total value of his receipt of spare parts in interstate transaction was rupees 11 lakhs. That means he has done interstate transaction and the receipt was of rupees 11 lakhs. Find net IGST, CGST, SGST at GST rate is 28%. So let us solve step by step right now. With the solution. Solution is for dealer interstate transaction. Selling price was transaction was of rupees 7 lakhs. Rate of GST was given 28%. So output GST is equals to 28% of 7 lakh, which is rupees 1,19,000. Sorry, 1,96,000. This is what we say is output GST. Now let us go with the another transaction, that is intra transaction. Clear? Next was for dealer inter transaction. Intra transaction means the transaction was done within the state. So his transaction was of rupees 5 lakh. Then again output GST, and the rate of GST is 28%. Therefore, output GST is equal to 28% of 5 lakhs. Let us do the calculation over here. Now 28 into this. 28 into this is, which is equal to 1,40,000. So the output GST in intra transaction was rupees 1,40,000. Again, the next within the question we have also one more point to note, that there was a receipt of transaction which was done in interstate. Okay, so let us calculate that point also. The transaction was of rupees, it was of rupees 11 lakhs. rate of GST now there was a transaction and it was given that the transaction was receipt of spare parts in interstate transaction. So here he has done input GST. So we will calculate input GST over here. Is equal to 28% of 3,08,000. Okay. So now we'll prepare a chart and then try to understand. The chart will be go with this details: IGST at 28%, CGST at 14%, SGST is of 14%. Now what we have to do is, you have to, since the board is little bit short, so you have to make more, 2 rows you have to make, that will go with the next one. So at first we have already calculated in our details that output GST at rupees 7 lakhs in interstate, it was 1,96,000. Output GST at rupees 5 lakh intrastate. Intrastate means it has been within the state, and we had 1,40,000. This 1,40,000 will get distributed to CGST and SGST. So half of 1,40,000 is 70,000 will come to this, and 70,000 will come to SGST. Next, we have also calculated input GST at rupees 11 lakhs interstate. Means already we have put input GST. It was interstate, so it goes under the column of IGST, and on calculation we already got here 3,08,000. Now the another 2 columns will be here. I am going to rub it out and write it out away. See this 3,08,000 will be utilized first to IGST. Then the rest, since the IGST is less than this, so output GST is less than this, so the remaining money will be adjusted over here. If at all any money is left, then it will be adjusted in here. So what now we will have another calculation. Let us make 2 more rows over here. So 2 more rows we have to do it. The chart will be of same. Now already we have known. The next one will be utilization of ITC. Clear? Already we have, in the previous chart we had output IGST interstate was 1,96,000, and the input interstate was 3,08,000. So that 3,08,000 will be utilized over here. So we are utilizing 1,96,000 from 3,08,000. So after utilization, net tax payable by dealer will for IGST will be nothing. Now we had 3,08,000. From 3,08,000 we have reduced 1,96,000. So the rest money will be adjusted over CGST. Our CGST was rupees 70,000. So that money will be adjusted over here, 70,000. Now after deducting 1,96,000 from 3,08,000, we have used that money, that is 1,12,000 in this. So after utilizing 70,000 over here, after utilizing 70,000 over, sorry, not here, after utilizing 70,000 over here, the net payable for CGST will be nothing. Now if we deduct 70,000 from 1,12,000. The rest of money, that is 42,000. So 42,000 will be utilized over here. But how much we have to pay here? Actually it was 70,000, but we are using only 42,000 over here. So when we use 42,000 over here, so out of 70,000 we are using only 42,000. That means rest of the money, that is 28,000 only you have to pay for SGST. My dear, so the dealer has to pay only 28,000 for SGST. He has to not pay any money over CGST as well as IGST. I hope you have understood this. If you have any doubt or query, just raise your finger over my. Hope by now, my dear, you might have understood the respective topics. Actually, my only intention is to make you ease in maths and to get rid of arithmophobia. If at all, after understanding this, if you don't understand, so don't forget to raise your queries into my WhatsApp number. Thank you.